Okay, we're starting with this. 2 secret Hollywood weddings have come to light. People magazine confirmed that Ariana Grande married fiancé Dalton Gomez in a tiny and intimate wedding ceremony at home. And This Is Us star Justin Hartley married actress Sofia Pernas on the down low. So let's talk about secret weddings. Do you see the appeal? Would you ever have considered this, or would you consider it?
Well, I can see why Ariana Grande considered it, and I can definitely support this. Ariana Grande is one of the biggest pop stars in the world. Like, she is a superstar. And so that wedding would have been such a heat score. But she's marrying someone who's not in the public eye. Dalton Gomez, for somebody who is dating or now married to a superstar, has been relatively low-key. We're not learning about their relationship on his Instagram. We're not seeing paparazzi photos of them together. He doesn't want to be like a known person. He just wants to love her. So when she was deciding on this wedding with him, I think that must have been a consideration. You know, the wedding matches the relationship, and there are 2 people to consider in the relationship, a superstar and a civilian. And they went the civilian route, low-key, nobody knows about it. It's also a flex. They punked everybody, including the media, the paparazzi. It's amazing. I love it.
Are you concerned at all, though, about the fact that, like, the Ariana, I mean, again, like, she does seem to be gravitating towards these relationships that she kind of kicks into high gear while she's still in the honeymoon phase. Remember with Pete Davidson? I think they were together only maybe a month, maybe, before they decided to get engaged, and the whole thing lasted about 6 months. And then this relationship, I think they've been together for about a year and a half. They are still technically in that honeymoon phase. That's my only concern. Plus, they're in COVID. This whole relationship has taken place during COVID, which, let's be honest, presumably she's less busy, she's not on the road. So they are living in this kind of idyllic situation that may not reflect real life. I'm just putting that out there. What are your thoughts?
Well, we talked about it on this show. I was about to bring that up, Cynthia. I'm glad you brought it up because we talked about it on this show. Can a relationship that started in COVID and flourished in COVID survive IRL? And she's not doing what a lot of other people are doing. She's not releasing music. She's not releasing videos. And, she's been real quiet. And she loves love. Like, she's like a J-Lo in the making. Let's just watch this one because I love how much she loves love, too. And he's real low-key, lives in L.A. also. They live that lifestyle. But when everything hits again, he's going to be like, whoa. I don't know if he's had the real full taste of what it's like being with a pop star of that magnitude. She'll probably end up being on the road 3/4 of the year or more. Is he going to have to give up his lifestyle, his job, just to see his now new wife? I mean, there's big questions that are just over the horizon for these two. I wish them the best, but this is not a normal situation, as we know, for any relationship right now.
I'm really excited for them. I think it makes a heck of a lot of sense, and maybe it makes sense for me for different reasons than Ariana Grande, because I'm like, this is a win-win, because think of the money saved and think of the logistical nightmares that you're saving, not just for the couple, but for all of the guests. Like, everyone could be so happy. You guys know this is my dream, that Simon will be like, hey, Jess, do you want to go get French fries from the chip wagon outside of City Hall? And I'll be like, oh my God, those are my favorite fries. Let's go. And then he'll be like, actually, we're getting married. And then we get on a plane and we go to Crete just with a suitcase filled with white linen. And boom, it's done. That's it. Would you guys be mad if I did that dream?
Wait. Are you saying you want to get married, number one, and number two, that we on this screen would not be involved?
Well, but you guys would understand, right? Like, I'd send you photos, and, like, we'd maybe do a FaceTime. You'd be cool with that, right?
So, wait a minute. We haven't spent time together in over a year. And now you're talking about possibly this dream of yours going off and getting married after we've been apart for a year and not being part of your special. Is this actually what you're saying?
I'm helping you. How could we all get time off at the same time? Think of the money you guys would have to spend just to, like,
we did it for Marcy's 50th.
We want to go to Greece. We want to go to Greece.
Like,
hey, Cynthia, do you want to go to Greece? Hey, Cynthia, do you want to go to Greece?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I will go.
Okay.
Now you're going on my honeymoon? You guys, you want to be in with us in the marital suite where we consummate this beautiful relationship?
Maybe not.
If you want to do
girl. I'll be your flower girl. I'll hold rings.
I get it
for you on a
though,
little
Jess.
pillow.
I do. Here's what I'll say. It doesn't. I mean, obviously, I would love to be there, but I do think like I was. It was our 12-year anniversary yesterday, actually, Jason and I. So we didn't really do much for it. But I was looking through a bunch of our old photos, and I was reflecting. We had around 90 people, and that felt small. I think it was way small compared to yours, Mel. What was yours, like 200?
450.
I can't even imagine. I will say, as much as I loved the day, I didn't really have any kind of meaningful sit-down like conversations the whole night. I was flitting from table to table, and so if I had to do it all over again, I do think I would go very intimate. I mean, maybe not as intimate as just Jason and me, but I think that the smaller thing has been more enjoyable for me, like small dinner parties. Maybe you have a bunch of small events, and that's the way to go.
Okay, but small dinner parties aren't just like dinner à deux. You would still have friends there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like we would
Not
be
like
there,
Mrs. Selfish
unlike Jess,
Monster.
who's cutting us out of the story entirely. How dare you? How dare you?
Okay.
The one thing
I will
I'll give you,
reconsider.
Jess, the one thing I'll give you, especially because you announced on the show last week that you just bought a house, like we know that the new thing in weddings, the ones especially that have been canceled time and time again during COVID, it's putting a lot of like the wedding talk in perspective. We've talked about it a lot on this show, that maybe you're questioning the whole thing of a huge wedding because just money. Like it's pandemic, if you are perhaps moving and you want to save money, like we can actually understand if someone's like, actually, we want to save money for a house or put it towards a house like you just did, Jess. In that case, maybe we'd be a little more understanding. But on the other hand, it wouldn't cost us anything to just show up and like celebrate the two of you and like, you know, throw rice and rose petals at
It's
you.
actually
Like,
true,
that's
and I would
free.
like insist that you guys, it would be like potluck, and you would each bring like the favorite dish that you guys make. Lainey, it would be your beef and tomato. I'd ask for you to make it for everyone. But there's
Right.
also another set sort of thing that I'm just considering. My parents haven't spoken to each other since 1995. So I think that I have shut myself off emotionally from the idea of a big wedding, you know, probably if I'm being real honest with myself because of that. And so I say I want to do it this way because I'm cheap. But there is probably, if I'm being super honest, like an emotional side being like, well, no, it's just off the table for you. You're not going to have a wedding with both of your parents. And that's probably the case for a lot of people. Family stuff it's complicated.
Well, we can also make our own family, and we have a social family, and we are your sisters. So, sorry, but it doesn't change my opinion. I've already mood boarded your entire wedding. I've decided on the entire menu. So for you to do this, I don't know if I can handle this. Just putting it out there. You think about what you did, Jessica, and what you said.